Okay, we're going to look at interactive content today. And there's a couple of things that we can do that's integrated within Canvas. And one of them is the H5P solution that I've been using quite a bit in this course that I designed. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, I can. It's the Designing Online Courses for Accessibility.
Yes. Okay. So I created this course not only for accessibility, but to model some of the H5P content. And you know, when we talk about interactive, it just means that students can actually interact with the content within the course. They don't have to go outside. There's lots of there's somebody there. Let's see. Let me let them in. That was Judy. Okay. Hey, Judy.
Hi, Debbie.
Okay, we just got started. We were just talking about interactive content and how it basically just means that you can create content within Canvas that your students can interact with. And there's a couple of solutions that I've been using, and I used it in this Designing Online Courses for Accessibility, not only to create the content to be more interactive, but also to kind of model some of the things that you can do within Canvas. So I am in Designing Online Courses for Accessibility, and I'm just going to go up to Assignments and show you some of this rich HTML. It's the H5P that I incorporated into Canvas in this course. This first one, discussion, importance of accessibility, is just a regular discussion, but if you go down, if you see this one here called Assignment 1 and Module 1, this one was actually created with the H5P content. And see what's cool about it is they can actually interact. So they read this. This is just a little test your knowledge, why accessibility matters. So you can do one of these drag and drop, and you know, they can actually just drag and drop the correct answer here, which I don't know if those are correct. I just kind of dragged them randomly, but then they can hit the check and it'll show which one's wrong, which ones are correct. So it adds a, you know, a level of interactivity for the students, so that they're just not doing dry content, but they're, you know, actually getting to interact with the Canvas interface. I'll show you a couple more that I did. I'll leave that one with 2 missed. And there's one Module 2, Assignment 1 here. And this one's also test your knowledge, but this one's a little quiz that they can take, and they can just click and then use the arrows. This one's a true and false question. This one's also a true and false question, so I'm just going to select some. And I didn't really read, so we'll see. You can see it shows the result instantly. It also incorporates with a Canvas gradebook. So when I set this up as an assignment, I put in the points just like I would for any graded assignment, and it will automatically go to the gradebook. So it integrates very smoothly. All right, there's one more. I think I did, well, I did the voice thread, but I also did one in the final module that's not an assignment. It's just built in as a review to give you some ideas of how you can use the H5P. Let's see if I can find that one. I think it's this one right here. Yes, this is a built-in H5P. So it's actually a little slideshow, but you can build questions into your slideshow. So you can add pictures, you can add text, and then you can add your questions so that they can actually interact with the slideshow as they go. Kind of reinforced just to review. So you can see how this works. So the thing is, with the H5P content, we only have 5 content editors license for the editors. So I basically would build this content for you, but what you would have to do as an instructor is decide, you know, I'm tired of doing discussions every week, or I'm tired of doing these particular activities. I want to have some more interactive content built in. Now the website that you can go to is just H5P.org. And they give you all kinds of examples. We can use any of these. So we have an interactive video, course presentation. Here's your content types. Here you can go and break it down and filter, or you can see all of them. Some of them that I've used that I like, I use this dialogue card. This is very cool. The drag and drop, you saw an example of that one. The hotspot's kind of nice. The flashcards work very well. I actually use that in, let's get back to the dashboard. I think I used those in this resource for faculty and staff. See if I can find it real quickly, because there's a couple of good ones in here. I think I put them at the bottom. Yeah, here's some examples of some interactive content. Here's the multiple hotspots. I never did get working, so I'm not even going to show you that one, but there's a memory game. There is flashcards. This flashcard's pretty cool. You find images, and then like this image is a lime, and then they type in you know, the name of, and then check it, the name of the fruit, and then they move on to the next one. And as I said, this integrates so well with Canvas. You can set up points, and you just set it up as an assignment and add whatever interactive content that you want to for this. But the cool thing is that they can interact and get a correct response or the immediate feedback on all of this information. So I'm just going to put in orange. See how the flashcards work. They're pretty cool. If I can spell apple correctly. Okay, and then I can click on show results, and it'll show me that I got all 5 of those correct. So basically, I wanted you to start thinking about how you could use these different interactive content pieces within your courses so that we could make each course a little more interactive. And I'm not saying make every assignment interactive, but maybe choose one that you could add a little interactivity to, and then you would have to come up with a Word document explaining how you want to use this content, which course you want to use it in, which module, which assignment you want to replace, and what information you want in there. So just reviewing some of these here, looking at the samples and finding a couple of them that you like, and then getting some ideas with assignments that you already have in your Canvas so that we can make them just a little bit more interactive and exciting for the students. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Judith.
Sorry about that. There's a severe thunderstorm going on right now.
Oh.
I think it just like clicked me out of my computer temporarily. Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't know what happened, but I knew I lost you for a minute.
Yeah, I was able to sign back on, but there's a lot of lightning and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Might lose you again. Well, I am recording this, so I'll put it on the resources for faculty and staff so they can go back through this short tutorial if they need to. But the main thing is, if you want to use some of this H5P content, go to this website, look at the different examples, and then you can go back and look at the examples that I've shown you, because you both have access to this faculty and staff course in Canvas. It should be on your dashboard. It's just this one right here.
Okay.
And if you go to modules, it's the last module on the page. I don't even have it linked to the home page. I just have it down here, examples of interactive content. And this shows you some of the ones that I have used successfully that work really well. Now, the difference between the one with the link That's just a link to the content, where these here are actually set up as assignments or in the modules. See how this one's worth 100 points, that one's worth 100 points. So those two will feed right into the grade book. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to worry about, you know, grading it over another application. You still will have it in your grade book in Canvas, so you can grade the interactive content. But because we have limited amount of content editors in H5P, number one, if you want to be a content editor and write your own, I don't have a problem with it. But if you want to just kind of describe it in a Word document and put what you want to use, like if you want to use flashcards, say, can you add flashcards to assignment 3, you know, in module 3, and this is the information I would want to have on the flashcards. And then I'll look for some images and stuff to go along with it to spice it up a little bit. Just like this one here with the flashcards. You know, this one was an example, so these images were there, but you can replace these images with any images. And you can replace the verbiage with any verbiage. The other thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit is Voice Thread. Have either of you used Voice Thread before as a student to an online course or as an instructor?
I have not.
Okay, well, that's another interactive content, and the thing I like about it is because we do so many discussions, and you know, it's week after week, all they do is type the answer, you know, a little discussion post based on the topic of your discussion for that week. But with Voice Thread, and I'll show you an example of this one. I think it's in, well, I think it's under assignments, because I think I set this one up as an assignment. Yeah, this is a Voice Thread. Now the thing about Voice Thread, even though it opens in a different window, and this is just set up as an assignment within Canvas, so what I did was just create a new assignment. So I put my objectives in, what the instructions were, and then it will actually load in Voice Thread. You see here, Voice Thread title, accessibility for online courses. Okay, and I'm not going to run that because I have the headset on, but this will allow your students, you build a PowerPoint or some way, some kind of visual, you can do a video, a PowerPoint, you have to build that ahead of time and put that in, put your discussion question within the PowerPoint. If you have multiple parts of the discussion question, you can put them on different slides, and then what you do is you upload this slideshow to Voice Thread, and it allows your students to go in then as an assignment. They, instead of typing a reply, they can record a reply. So you can see right here on the board, this is me, and this is my student that actually completed this course. So he went in and replied to this, what is accessibility? Why accessibility? We have a question down here, why should I make my online courses accessible? Mention the laws and guidelines. You can see here he replied. I don't think you could hear it if I clicked on it, but I'll click on it and you can tell me, but I don't. You don't hear anything, do you?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, that's because
No.
I'm using the, yeah, I'm using the headset with the microphone. But if you were on the Voice Thread within the course, you could see that he replied here. So this is interactive content as well, because the student actually gets to interact with the LMS. So we have a couple of ways that we can present interactive content. It's through the H5P or through the Voice Thread. And I'll show you real quickly just how to set up, how easy it is to set up a Voice Thread. So if I do this, see, I have one already, but I just go to a new assignment, and I'll just call this Voice Thread example. Keep in mind that you probably want to have media created ahead of time, like a PowerPoint with your discussion question in it, or you could do a short little video talking to them. Either one will work for VoiceThread, because what you do is you upload your media and then you set your how many comments you want to require them to have, and this one will also feed into your grade book. So then I could write a description. This could be the instructions. And then I can go down here and decide to give it whatever points I want to give it for this assignment. I'll just do 100. Now this is where you go down and I'm going to put a percentage there. And you choose external tool. And then I can just say find. And VoiceThread should be listed on here as one of the options. Yeah, you see it right there? So it's an external tool. You put in VoiceThread and say select. And then you can put your due dates in and whatever. I normally have it to load in a new tab and then save and publish. So see, my assignment is there. Now it's going to open up into VoiceThread. When it goes to VoiceThread for the first time when you're setting up the assignment, then you have to choose how you want to set it up. You don't want home, you don't want course view, and I have this in a handout, which I think I have on the resource page, but if not, I will add it to the resource page. I'm pretty sure I do. So then we're going to do assignment builder. And then you have 3 choices, because the only way that you can grade within VoiceThread is to use the assignment builder. That doesn't mean that you can't use the other 2 options, but if you want to grade, you have to use the assignment builder. And then if I was doing a discussion, I would just use this one right here, submit a comment. And then I can choose from media that I already have, or I can create a brand new VoiceThread and upload new media. So see, when I say create a new one, because I didn't want to use what I already had on accessibility, say if I wanted to create a brand new discussion board in VoiceThread, then I would need to have some media here to upload. So then I just add the media through my computer, find the PowerPoint that I created or the video that I created. Let's see if I have one here. I'll go to Canvas. I should have something here. Have so much stuff. Let's see. See if I have something in Canvas. Yeah, here's one. Okay, so here's just a document. I can use a PowerPoint, a document. I can use a video. If I create a video, it will allow me to upload any of these directly in. So then I just add my title. I'll just put test discussion. I don't even know what document this is. But basically, I want you to know that your first step in the VoiceThread is to create your document. Put it somewhere, whether it's a Word document, a PowerPoint, or a video. Place it in My Documents or on your desktop, and then you create the assignment. And then when you get to this point, it's very easy and very quick just to upload that document to VoiceThread. So now I have this 3-page document in there. So I can click on Create Assignment, name my assignment. Again, I'm just going to call it Test Discussion. This is where you change your amount of comments. How many comments do I want my student to have on this discussion? So if I have a requirement that they have to do 3, then I do 3. There's some options here. Share with class. You can moderate your comments if you want to. I don't do that. Allow students to resubmit the assignment. So if they, botch up their recording and they want to delete it and do it again, that's fine with me. Then I just say create assignment. Now this is not going to be a very cool assignment because it's not you know, I didn't create a nice PowerPoint or anything, but that's basically the steps to creating an assignment using VoiceThread. You're done now. See, it says assignment created, so it's done. So now when I refresh this page, this is within my Canvas, and I load this. I'm going to close some of this so you can see. Then see, it should take me to that test discussion. Then I can grade over here as things come in. So if somebody's enrolled in that course, their names will be down here as not submitted, and when they submit, their names will come up here and I can grade them. So here's that document that I loaded, which is not very pretty, but and you can actually add your own comments. So you could talk through the instructions. You could read your discussion here, talk about what you want them, how you want them to reply, whether or not they need to add reference, you know, talk about references or whatever. So you can add a comment of your own just by adding a plus, and then deciding how you want to do your comment. Do you want to do it with a video or just a microphone? I usually just record an audio comment. But it's that simple to set up a VoiceThread as an assignment. So really we're looking at two different applications that you can use to make your courses more robust and more interactive. So now what you have to do is, if you want to incorporate this, is just decide how you want to incorporate it. You have to do VoiceThread on your own. I can walk you through it, but it has to be with your account. It can't be with my account or it will not work. It has to be through your own account. So you as an instructor would set up the assignment yourself for VoiceThread. With the H5P, you could just write up a Word document of which one of these examples that you would like to use. And remember, that's h5p.org, not .com. And these are your examples. So you could pick out maybe one or two examples of something you'd like to try out, and then come up with the information that you want to provide for that particular activity. So, you know, with the dialogue cards or the flashcards, you might want to do definitions, you might want to do a review of some content that you covered, whatever it might be. And it can be a graded activity or just a review. Questions? Have any questions?
No, that's great. That's very interesting.
Okay, and just know that I am here to help you guys if you want to try just one activity. As I said, I incorporated a lot into those two courses. So if you want to take a look, you should have this one, Design and Online Courses for Accessibility. If you accepted my self-enrollment course link that I sent to everyone, you should have this one on your desktop or your dashboard in Canvas, and you should also have the NBSON resources for faculty and staff. And I have some examples in each of those if you'd like to take a look at both of those when you have some time, because I know you have so much time on your hands. But that's pretty much it. If you don't have questions, I've recorded this. That way, if you do decide to go back and start looking at it again and you've forgotten about it, I'll go ahead and upload it to that NBSON resources for faculty and staff, this recording. So it will be there, and you can review the interactive content using VoiceThread and H5P. But that kind of wraps it up.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome, and please call me or email me if either of you have questions on this.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.